Alright, hello, and once again we are back with Battle Pass packs, and I don't know why I keep doing this, but it's something to kill time with, I guess. Although, I have been spending a lot more time on my writing, and I've actually updated my Patreon to reflect that. If you want to keep what is it, up to date or follow along with what I'm posting on my Patreon, I'll leave a link here and in the description, of course. The current story I am writing is about a human and a vampire, yada yada yada. I think it is some of my best writing, and it is honestly, I'm very pleasantly surprised with how it's turning out so far. I'm actually quite deep into it. I keep altering minor things in the past, like previous chapters. But right now, you can read chapter 1 and chapter 2 for free on my Patreon in its entirety. I have several more waiting to be posted. I think I'm going to try to give a snippet of each chapter for free, and then paid tiers will get the whole chapter. And of course, when the book's all finished and stuff, I'll probably, hopefully, try and publish it. But yeah, if you like reading, it's a not really a love story, but the human and vampire do fall in love, or there's something between them that becomes very apparent in chapter two. So it's not major spoilers. It's an underlying theme of the whole book. All right. Anyway, so I should have been opening the promo packs while we go. So as for these, I'm not expecting too much greatness because it's just diamond and shadow and meteorite, yada yada, and golds of the core set. So I guess there are those promo cards. Anyway, but as far as my Patreon writings, I do plan on putting out. I have a bunch of old stories that I'm going to reread through and edit and fix. Because I wrote them over 10 years ago, some of them. I did put out one, um, the very first story I put out there a few days ago was a very old, erotic story. It gets very detailed, and when I reread through it, there was a lot I wanted to change, some terminology, and I was just being blunt where I shouldn't have been blunt, and I was skirting around concepts when I shouldn't have been, or at least that's how I feel now. Um, but yeah, I fought the urges to change it. There were two typos, I think, maybe one, and a few punctuation errors that I did change. I felt those weren't going to do much difference. But I believe I have it set up to where before anything gets quote unquote raunchy, it's all free to read. But then as soon as it gets, you know, in the X-rated territory, I put the paywall up for there because, yeah, might as well. This is a whale pack, right? Yeah. So actually, that's not bad. That's not bad either. I don't know if I ever had a gold wither fingers. I know I have shadows. Anyway, and then I have a gold one of these already, so I'm now working towards a diamond. Didn't we just get that? I hate when they do that. Like same exact pack. I believe last video I did there was like that several times, and I called it out once and I showed the proof. Anyway, um, it's also a decent gold one, game winning card. But yeah, so my writing's taking a lot of my time, and with any luck, I can finish the whole freaking novel. Oh, here's one of the new ones. Target creature gets -X -X, where X is its mana cost. I mean, that could be good. That's Oh, that's a permanent downgrade also. Okay. So yeah, that's great. Um, yeah. Let's say you had a 5 mana 6/6, it permanently becomes a 1/1. Okay, okay, okay. I like that. Um, but yeah, with any luck, I can finish the whole dang novel this year. If I keep up at the pace I was doing about a week ago, I can definitely make that a 1 year timeline. And wait, let me do this. Yay, militant theists and diamonds are good. Um, and I would take that as a massive, uh, a massive, amazing thing for me to write an entire novel in 1 year. I started this book in about either late October or early November, somewhere around there. Of course, I had the idea for a lot longer, but yeah. Um, to be honest, the idea came from someone else's. A diamond? Well, I have two golds now. I have a diamond, and I do run it in certain light weenie decks, so this works. Let's go ahead and do another whale pack. But yeah, and I'm debating on in my story to. There's like three different ways I can go with it, and I've already kind of settled on one way, which is pretty good, but definitely uh, makes a weird tone shift for it. Because I don't want it to be a love story, like a vampire love story. I want there to exist a love story within there, or the concept of love in the book. But yeah, I'm thinking because it's already vampires, and I have a plot for werewolves to come up, and I think secret societies are going to come up, and I believe it's going to build into otherworldly monsters that the main character has to either battle or get home or something like that. I haven't. There's a lot I haven't decided on. I have a vision, and the vision is not hammered perfectly. Oh yeah, three of these. Do two real quick. Sip of elixir and diamonds, not terrible. And let's go ahead and do another whale pack. Living container. I always thought this was an underutilized card. Veteran armature was good back in the day, and a gold toast. Nice. All right, so let's do. All right, I only have one more promo or whale pack, so let's do these just in the order they come. A legendary gold. Ooh, I do not have an upgraded Grendel, so this is good. I must have got him recently because when we were doing that 5 or higher mana cost thing about a week ago, or like 3 days ago. I had a meteorite Grendel I was using, so I must have just got that when I finished the pass. Actually, I couldn't update the shine on that deck, and I wonder if it's because it was trying to put the gold Grendel in there, and it said no, this is not allowed. I wonder if that's because the gold Grendel was unopened, which it's not supposed to affect it at all. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I did ramble about my book for a long time. Also, if you haven't noticed, I changed the settings on my microphone for recording videos. and I think it definitely just makes it clearer. I was trying to remove background noise that didn't exist, I guess, and in doing so, put myself in a predicament by adding, I don't know, there was every once in a while there was a like a buzz or a humming, and I think it came from my mic. All right, here's the whale pack. So this is the last one. All right, gold, gold, and gold. Okay, two gold wither fingers. That definitely updated my deception deck control type thing. And I think that's the last one. Yeah. All right. But definitely give my book a check if you want to, if you're interested in reading or that genre or anything. I am definitely interested in your feedback on it. Not heavily critiquing feedback, but definitely along the lines of if you liked it or not, or if I went too far one way or the other. I don't know. And my previous Patreon posts go back years. I think 2017 is when I first started it, or 2018. And it has things from my YouTube videos where I was making League of Legends content. And then I switched over at some point before I started making Gods Unchained content. I switched over to uh, making the Patreon for a company I was trying to start called Little Dragon Broadcasting, where streamers and YouTubers would basically create a community where they would help and you can ask people for advice and stuff like that. And we would be teams, right? And kind of like I think offline TV is a concept of it. Mine, of course, would be much more loosely knit, but get friends and have people that play games and um, guest star on each other's channels and be regulars and whatnot. Anyway, all right, y'all have a good night and enjoy.